What's going on, Bully World? How's everybody doing today? I'm right back again, ready to join you right here on Face the Bully. And I'm pretty sure by now, everybody's seen the dog show, the exotic dog show that went on in February. Everybody got a chance to see the new dogs. And it was a few nice dogs in there. I'm not going to sit here and, exaggerate. It was a few nice dogs. But there was a whole bunch of dogs that should have just been put down. A whole bunch of them. There really was. And it just, really just goes to further people's points when you see dogs like this. And you got a whole building of them. It just really goes to further people's points. But I'm not going to bash them because, like I said, some of them I like. It's just some of them that really shouldn't be showed. They really shouldn't be showed. I mean, you want money for the dog, so you'll pretty much think anything is pretty. Some of y'all only got one of them dogs. You only have one. So you have to push that one like no other because you don't have two or three dogs. You only have one dog. It was some fine specimens up in there. It was some fine dogs up in there. It was a few of them. I can't give out a lot of credit. I'm trying to do my best, to really just not be on no hater stuff. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I don't hate exotic dogs. You know what I'm saying? It's just some of them, the ones that they, want to call American bullies, you can look at them dogs and tell they're not bullies. It was a few people up in there complaining that they wouldn't even let their dogs sit on the table. You know, they wanted their dogs to be able to sit on the table. They was complaining and stuff because they dogs couldn't sit on the table. It's our dog turn to sit on the table. Tell your dog to move over. You know, and man, shout out to the people who was wearing their face masks in that building, because I know it was a strong odor in that building. I know it was from them exotic dogs, man. They be potent, man. They get it in. But there's a lot of dogs out there I seen whose faces, they couldn't even hold their faces up, so their faces were turned to the side, and their faces was kind of like droopy, like they had Down syndrome, like your face is kind of droopy, or like you having a stroke. You know how some people have a stroke and they lose, muscles in their face and stuff. They looked at droopy. All of them had no feet and legs, and some of them feet was really tore up. You know, I can say it's a better improvement on the face because of, the underbites and the overbites. You didn't see too many of them, but they was in the building, and they just had tables of Merle dogs and tricolored dogs. Tables of them. Tables of tricolored dogs. Blue dogs. You seen blue ones. They didn't turn the English bulldog blue. They turned it tricolor. They turned it Merle. They turned it all the colors that, it was never originally meant to be. In order for you to acquire a real EB, in order for you to acquire a real EB, you got to get that thing from an AKC breeder, American Kennel Club breeder. And that's real facts. These people that messed up these dogs, they all kinds of colors. I seen dogs up in there. I didn't even know what color that was. That was a brand new color to me. And they all looked like EBs. You had some up in there that was Frenchies. And they wasn't real Frenchies. They was them exotic Frenchies. They was different colors. and they was Merle. You had them in the building. You had every dog in that building. You know, there was some nice looking dogs in there, man. But there was a few dogs up in there that looked like, you know, like they was possibly having a stroke. You know, if you ever seen a person having a stroke, and they lose, muscles in their face and stuff. Their eyes get droopy. You know what I mean? They just look like that. That's how they look. I'm telling you, if that's what's selling, and that's what you rocking, man, just make the dog be able to breathe. Make him be able to run. Some of them got nice, pretty coats. It's just that all of them look like they didn't know where they was at. None of them, none of them tried to escape. None of them tried to bark, fight, or growl at another dog. None of them tried to do that. They were just sitting there, and they was happy. And it was a big. You know what? Now I'm gonna talk about the turnout. And how it looked. There was a lot of people in the building. There was a lot of people in that building. It was a nice big show. I mean, I really just think to myself that it's more people out there with exotic dogs and than it is with a real American bully. I can see there's more people out there with exotic dogs than there is the American bully. Because everybody is breeding to that exotic dog. Even if even if they have an American bully, they'll still breed it to where it come back exotic. They'll still breed that dog to where it come back exotic, even if they have an American bully. They'll still take it and go breed it to a Frenchie or a Boston Terrier immediately. It's just like you can see right before your eyes how the American bully is just disintegrating because people, these cats really can't lie. They really do love that exotic dog more than they love the bully. And I thought y'all love the bully, but they love the exotic dog more than they love the bully. You have to. You got to say that if you're willing to breed more of those dogs than you're willing to breed bullies, because the bully eat too much and it's too big. I have never heard a person really say that a dog is too big. Because if the dog was too big, they would have went and got one that was a little smaller. But these cats, particular people said the dog was too big, but we like the dog still. So we're going to take him and shorten him against everybody's will and against all those people's will who got kennels full of real old school American bullies. It's a slap in the face, to do somebody like that. You shitting on them, man. You shitting on them. I mean, if you going to make your own dog, make your own dog. But give it his own name. Give it his own name. If exotics is gonna be the name, then just say exotics, because I think that's the name for them. Is exotics. No matter what, they should be called exotics. And if a person's dog is just that's an exotic too, because he shouldn't breathe like that. If he breathes like that, I don't care how big he is. That's an exotic too. If you done shoved all that bulldog and the other stuff up in there to make him breathe like that, that's an exotic too. I'm pretty sure by now we all seen the show and how, so much praise, so much respect is given to the exotic dog. And I like that exotic dog. I ain't got no problem with the exotic dog. I just don't like to see you messing up dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like making them to where they can't even eat, can't even lap up water. But I'm gonna keep it real. Ain't nobody got no problems. I'm just saying it's good to see that it's more people that enjoy these dogs than the real American bully. And that's real facts. You got to say that. You enjoy the exotic even better than the American bully. You don't want an 85-pound dog. You don't want a 100-pound dog. You don't want that. And they have also a few cats have also been found guilty of assassinating the bigger American bully dogs. Just talking about the bigger American bully dogs. The dog that started all these dogs. They try to assassinate that dog. Call it what you want to call. I think you should call it exotics because they are some nice little bitty. What would you call them, little bitty dogs? They so small. They so small. I mean, some of them dogs like you could just see like about 5 or 6 of them, or maybe even 7 to 8 of them could fit on one table. They were that small, and it didn't matter how many wrinkles it had on it, or it didn't matter if it could even breathe. It didn't like I just don't think nothing mattered. You know, they just wanted to throw them dogs on the table and show you how they look. And like I said, the uglier the better. The more screwed up the better. So shout out to the show promoter for throwing that show. Cause it was a big old show. It was a nice turnout. There's a lot of people there. You know, it was a lot of people there. It was a lot of money made. Trust and believe. But we also seen a lot of screwed up dogs. Like a lot of them just didn't look right. You can look at a lot of them and see that they were sick, fiending and asking for help in some specific type of way, because you can look at a lot of them and tell that they were sick. This is Face the Bully. So I gotta drop that bomb. And I'm not clowning nobody. I'm not talking about nobody. It's a dog channel. We don't talk about people. Even though sometimes you might have to talk about specific people. But it's a dog channel first. We talk about them dogs. Preferably the American bully dog. Uh, I mean, it's a better way. You can always breed a bully. Because worst come to worst for some of you guys who got dogs, worst come to worst, you could take your dog to a pit. Go take him to a pit. Go take him to your homeboy Staffy. You're going to be shocked at the puppies that's going to come off of him if he a bully when you take him back, you know what I'm saying, to his original roots. Because you might not be able to find you a big old bully in your neighborhood, somebody that got something nice. So sometimes you might have to go backwards a little bit. Go back to what created the dog. Some people just want to do other things, like they'll have a homie who got a Connie Corso, like my partner got a Connie Corso, a Brindle one. He got a Brindle one. He like black and gold Brindle. I could easily take and breed to that dog and tell you it's a bully. Because most people who breed in a bully don't even know what, can't even give you a category of bully dogs. So they really don't know how to breed the dog, because you can't even give me a category of specific dogs that's supposed to be bred. You just you know what I mean? You fiending for information. You looking for it from everybody when you should just stop and do your homework. That's the way I learned how to trade the market. Stop and do the homework. You can't make money first. You got to learn the patterns first. You know what I'm saying? Then you make money. Sometimes y'all gotta learn the breeds first. Then you do the breeding. It's real facts. Learn it. Learn the stuff of the dog. Learn about that dog. Learn some more about the bully. Keep on learning. You can't never learn enough. Some of y'all read just a few pages and think you done learned the whole everything. History about the American bully dog. The American bully was made from other dogs. It was made from other dogs. Crossbreeding from other dogs. Pit bulls and staffies. Had other game dogs up in there. Had watchdogs up in there. There was no way you were going to come out with that little bitty dog that you walking around with on that table. There was no way you was coming out with that. Them dogs don't look like they come from a legacy and history of dogs that used to be in the pit for over 2 hours long. Their history don't read like that. That's why I say they can't be called bully. Because bullies, paperwork, some of them read. Some of their ancestors was hitters, man. You ain't gonna be able to talk like that about no exotic dog, man. Them dogs ain't hitters. They ain't hitting nothing. I mean, a Chihuahua is an ankle biter for real. Like I said, to the bully world and the exotic bully world, if you making them small dogs, at least make them be able to bite somebody's ankle. At least make them comparable to what the bulldog really was in general. Make them comparable to the bulldog. Because thinking you making it better, you really making it worse because you don't even know what to use. And then you probably be in that mind frame of, I don't care what I use, I'm just going to use something. And then you use it. And to be truthful, it wasn't it. There's always one dog, though, that'll come out looking different. He's the keeper. You know we know the game. You know we know the game over here. I hope everybody is staying safe, out the way of trouble, staying safe from COVID, staying out of crowds, keeping your face mask on. We at war. World War III, y'all. We at war. Stay safe. I mean that. And let's keep talking about these dogs and keeping it real. We got to do that. And bring some good news right here on Face the Bully.